Never thought I'd say that with a smile on my face. Well, first of all, a little bit about myself. I'm 68, so I consider the AARP of comics, or as I like to call myself, the 50 Shades of Grey comic. And I thought about what I was going to do for you people tonight, and so I thought I would make sure it was PG rated. And PG rated now means parental guidance. So if you guys do not have a permission slip from both your parents, you shouldn't be in here right now. No. Since I started doing this, about a year and a half ago, it's been my passion to get back into this. I've gotten a lot of feedback. Of course, you people would call it complaints. So I want to make sure I let you know that, this is PG rated. Also, before I get started, I don't know if you guys heard of the news the other night about the Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises in Sarasota. Serving horse meat. Anybody? I didn't believe it either. Last night, I went through the drive-thru and I got a 6-foot drumstick. So that's just an FYI. So, the leg was broken, whatever that means. Also, I'm a good son. Right, Mom? I call home often. Of course, she always says the same thing. How did you get this number? Appreciate that, Mom. And also, I have to remember one thing real quick about growing up. Mom and all of our lunch boxes, well, about 2 or 3 times a week, we would get a note put in our lunchbox that said, "I forgot to pack your lunch." So we like that, Mom. And if, I better tell you about this so you know my side of the story. I was originally in a hotel before I came over here and I got kicked out. So, you heard the story. They said I was peeing in the pool. And I'm saying, I went to the manager and I said, number one, how do you know, or whatever. He said, well, Spike, nobody's ever done that from the 3rd floor. And there was a pool party. So I'm not here. I got my name Spike about when I was 4 or 5, I believe. And that's when I realized my parents really wanted another dog. And my dad no longer played catch, we played fetch. And so I used to emulate the family dog. So, they would like me better. So I would turn several times before I'd lay down, like the dog does. And I would lick my food at the table. I couldn't do the other thing. I tried. Also, this time of year, my mom always had me in the Christmas play. Never forget that. It's always the same character. I played the shepherd, German shepherd. No lines. And I'm really glad I have the name Spike now because I found out my dad wanted to call me Flipper. But my mom said, that was a poor horse. As you also know, I grew up in a very large family. I have 5 sisters. And actually, there are so many women in the family, I used to get yeast infections. It's true. My patron saint growing up was St. Francis of Assisi. And they were very, very mean. Sharing with you, Mom didn't know some of this. I'll never ever forget the time that they virtually kidnapped me. threw me in the trunk of one of their cars, and went for a 2-hour joyride. Now, I can take a joke as well as anybody, but that was last Sunday. Thought about calling your mom. Recently came out of the closet. They locked me in there too. And guys, I didn't graduate from college, primarily because of my studies. I have a major in biology, but I had a minor in my dorm room. And everybody's got the joke, we'll move on. Ohio State has never ever forgot that, which kind of pissed me off because I did a major study for them. It was actually the study of rattlesnakes and why they will not mate in captivity. The title of my paper was Erectile Dysfunction. And they confiscated all my paperwork, everything, and these little blue pills that I developed for my snake. And so that was that. And currently I'm retired, and I work part-time, different places. I'm currently working at Bed Bath & Beyond, in the Beyond department. Seems like it's going pretty well. Oh, this is the painful stuff. I'm divorced. It was really wrong from the beginning. I should have known for 2 reasons. Number one, our astrological signs were totally different. I was a Sag. She was a whore. She was too young. That's another thing too. She was a lot younger than me. In the wedding pictures my mom took, she's sitting on a pony. But I'm the one that tried to make it work. I'm the one that picked her up from cheerleading, drove her to school. Anyhow, it didn't work, and it was pretty amicable, I thought. And then she gave me a 50-yard restraining order. 50 yards. And I still got arrested. I was like 150 yards away, looking at her through a rifle scope. And next thing I know, I'm out the door. And trying to date people my age, which is really difficult. You go into nightclubs and stuff tonight, today and stuff like last night and everything. Well, I'll use last night for example. I'm in this one club and everybody's extremely young. I mean, this time extremely young. So I called the manager of Chuck E. Cheese's over. I won't tell you everything he said, but anyhow. Okay. Guys, I was with my first cougar. I dated my first cougar. Let me just say this. Wow, wow, wow. Was Jack Hanna, the zoo director, pissed? I know what I did was wrong. I really do. I don't think it was necessary to dart both of us. I mean, really. For God's sake. Only really great relationship I ever really had basically answered to, "Here, girl." So some of you with dogs, you can identify with this. Anyhow, I recently found the perfect girl. The only problem is it takes about 10 minutes to blow her up, so. And it's tough getting older, you guys can all identify with this. You go to the doctor more often, And I just went to the doctor last week, and he did the old, finger up the butt. I have a question. Should I get another dentist? Anybody? I called my mom and she said, "Well, he did fill a cavity, Spike." And being retired, it's really great. I go out a lot more often, and which is great, and I like to try new things all the time. And I don't know, right before I came here, I forget what day it was, I did karaoke. And it was the first time I made love to a Japanese girl. You don't know Carrie, I'm sorry. Trying to date women my age, and I joined Match.com, and all the matches they sent me to date have been deceased. But I am dating older women now. I actually am. That's why I drive a van with a ramp. And my first wheelchair date stood her up. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. This couple of older women I went out with were like this. Arthritis. That's about as far as I should go right now. I don't want to trust you with anything else. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys having me out here.